this is E-Rock X. I want to make a quick video, man.
Yeah, this is Joe from Seattle. I wanted to make a quick video also. I got something in the oven, so this actually does have to be a quick one.
In response to my last video, and in response to some dude named Jackknife, who was an Unlimited Production One's comment section.
Imagine if I made a response video to everybody who left me an angry comment. Would definitely upload a little more.
Talking about he didn't dig my video where I told broke motherfuckers to get out of gaming.
Yeah, shocker. You said broke motherfuckers should get out of gaming. Shocker, people aren't on your side with that.
Well, it's like this. I stand by that video, and I stand by that statement.
And that's where I come in.
Real rap, I stand by that motherfucking statement. Look, if I couldn't afford gaming, I would get the fuck out, right?
Well, no, if you can't afford something, you don't have the option to leave. You just can't partake in it. I can't afford a Tesla, but I'm not going to justify that by being like, yeah, man, I just don't want a Tesla. No, I can't afford it. There are people out there who don't have the kind of disposable income to pay for these needlessly expensive things. $70 games. Xbox Live was almost $120 a year. Yeah, there's people out there who want to play video games and just don't have that kind of disposable income. I mean, you can say that's their fault. You can say that's the corporation's fault. That's just a different discussion, but that is a real scenario. It's probably more common than you realize.
It's not up to these companies to make this expensive-ass hobby affordable for y'all.
Well, yes, gaming isn't that expensive, but that doesn't mean it should be more expensive. I don't find gaming to be, prohibitively, is that a word? Prohibitingly, maybe? I don't know. I don't find gaming to be excessively expensive. How about that? But I also recognize that not everybody's in my situation. I want this great hobby that I love to be accessible to anybody who wants to enter into it. Obviously, nothing is free. Spam risk from Redondo Beach, California. You can just stuff it.
Hey, man. Stuff it. You want me to what? He is peeved. He wants me to stuff it. You know what? I'm not a calzone.
See, the thing is, I love gaming. I want everyone to get into gaming if they want to get into gaming. But then that idea, that desire for more people to get into gaming is oftentimes blocked by companies like Microsoft doubling the price of Xbox Live, which is a service you shouldn't have to pay for in the first place. And it's not just limited to Microsoft. Sony raised the price of PlayStation Network for no reason a few years ago. Bethesda tried to charge you for mods a few years before that. I think it was before. Maybe it was after. I forget. And then all the companies that are now charging $70 for games. Gee, yeah, you sure needed that one. Got games like Valorant, which I enjoy, and I would love to financially support Valorant, this free-to-play game that I put a lot of time into, but I'm not about to drop $110 on gun skins. Gaming is getting more expensive, and in my opinion, needlessly so. And if things keep continuing down this more expensive path, yes, a lot of people are not going to be able to afford it.
So Xbox Live was going to raise the price of the regular Xbox Live to $120 a year.
And thank God they reversed course on that. I have like 4 more videos in my response backlog just of people defending that choice.
Y'all motherfucking dickheads don't bat an eyelash paying $120 for the new Air Jordans.
I mean, I wouldn't pay $120 for shoes either. But I'm also not a shoe guy, so I don't know.
Y'all don't bat an eyelash, spending that money on weed or some other shit, right?
Hey, you leave my weed out of this.
So why would you bat an eyelash about Xbox raising the price of Xbox Live?
Because it's something that you shouldn't have to pay for in the first place. Obviously, you can't get free weed. I mean, you can sometimes, but you know my point. Free weed is not an expectation. Free Nikes are not an expectation. Free Air Jordans are not an expectation. These are things that are made for you. Xbox Live is simply a paywall for something that you've already paid for, which is your internet and your games. You pay for your games, you pay for your console, you pay for your internet. Xbox Live is an unnecessary firewall keeping you from using all those things together. It is completely not necessary. That's why the prices vary from platform to platform. Like, why do you think Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox all have different prices to play your games online, and then it's free on PC? It's because it's not necessary. If it was necessary, it would be one uniform price, no? It would be one uniform price of operation, or I guess cost of operation. But it's not, because it's completely unnecessary. It is literally a paywall to keep you from playing your own games. And not only were they going to continue with that paywall, they wanted to double it. This is not somebody raising the price of a good or service that they're providing you. This is a giant corporation doubling the price of something that you shouldn't have to pay for in the first place.
Some shit to keep Xbox Live safe so our information don't get stolen like mine did back in fucking 2011.
If you think nobody can steal your information from Xbox Live, you're dumb.
On PlayStation Network when I had my PS3.
Also, if you think them raising the price of Xbox Live is going to prevent security breaches, yikes.
And another thing, this motherfucker talking about some I'm glad real gamers stuff. Man, fuck out of here. Y'all ain't no real gamers.
You know it's going to be a fun time when somebody starts defining what a real fan of something is. Or a real gamer.
Because if you was a real fucking gamer, you'd have just coughed up the fucking bread or got out.
No, that's not a gamer, that's a bootlicker.
I don't have no fucking sympathy for you broke ass motherfuckers out here crying about not being able to afford Xbox Live or afford games.
Bootlicker, someone who seeks favor or goodwill in a servile, degraded way. He comes across as a facile bootlicker, someone who would do anything like a lapdog to please somebody in the chain of command.
Because I was a broke ass motherfucker once and he had to buy me a game. And guess what? I made a decision in 2015 between Rise of the Tomb Raider or Turkey. I chose Turkey.
That's a good choice. Turkey will give you infinitely more enjoyment than Rise of the Tomb Raider. And Turkey is temporary. Think about that.
I knew what my priorities was. My priorities was not gaming.
No, sorry. I thought of a joke. I probably can't make it. Thanks, YouTube.
And it is not the developer's responsibility to make gaming affordable for me. I had to up my game, work more, get a better job in the tourism industry, and fucking make that bread so I could afford gaming.
You're describing two different things. You're describing somebody who likes gaming but doesn't have income, so they need a job. So there's that scenario, but then there's what happened a few weeks ago is completely different. This was gamers not wanting to be taken advantage of. This had nothing to do with people being broke. Obviously, this decision would have an effect on people with not as much money to spend on gaming or not as much money that they're willing to spend on gaming. That's the other thing you need to realize. Just because somebody doesn't want to spend $120 a year on Xbox Live doesn't mean they're broke. I wouldn't call myself broke. I'm doing just fine. But if they raise the price to $120, you bet your ass I was canceling, just out of principle. I'm not about to drop $120 a year on that. That's insulting. It's bad enough you're charging people $60 for something they shouldn't have to pay for. Now you're doubling the price? Get the fuck out of here, Microsoft.
Also, I'm not a real gamer. Motherfucker, I spent over, including the Xbox Series X purchase, I think I must have spent over $1,000 in gaming last year.
Yeah, it's not a competition. How much money you spend on something doesn't define how well you know it or how much you love it. I mean, one thing I always preach about PC gaming is that it's not expensive.
Probably over $1,500. The most I ever spent in a year. I just buy games on GP to support the developers. Even the shit that's on Game Pass. Because Sega Man and Hebot, you know what I mean, they put the heat on my ass like, yo, E-Rock, man, we buy the shit off of Game Pass. We just don't play the Game Pass games. We support the developers. So because my Bulls was doing it in the Exile podcast, I started supporting the developers. Look.
And how do you feel about Game Pass? A relatively cheap subscription service that gives people access to a lot of games that they may not be able to afford to buy all individually. I mean, you clearly seem to have no problem with that.
I even bought that corny ass Marvel's The Avengers shit. I'm not a gamer. Nigga, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
You're bragging about buying games you don't want to play. This is how bad games keep getting made.
I take great umbrage to that shit. I play all of these games. I put up gameplay. I just don't do fucking videos like Crap Gamer where I talk about it, nigga.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing you don't make videos like Crap Gamer. I don't think the internet needs more of that kind of content.
I be about it. Yeah, I'm heated with that shit, nigga. I take great umbrage with that shit. So whoever that dude was that said that shit, nigga, fuck you. You don't know me, motherfucker.
I mean, he definitely struck a chord. That's always the funniest thing about stuff like this. It's like, this doesn't affect me. I'm not upset about this. Proceeds to complain about it for 5 minutes? I don't even know who you're talking about. I'm just talking about the stuff you're saying right now. Because it's kind of gross.
You know what I mean? I'm not a real gamer. Pussy, I spent over $1,500 last year.
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares how much money you spend on games. People care about how much money the companies were going to try and force them to spend. You could spend $10,000 on games. I would be like, all right, good on you for having that kind of money. You know, GG's, bud. Does that change what Microsoft tried to do? No. Does that change that these giant corporations are trying to make gaming more expensive for everybody for pretty much no reason? No. Nobody was upset with you because of how much you did or didn't spend on gaming. People were upset with companies for making anti-consumer decisions.
If you can't afford this shit, that's your business, and I stick by my video.
Oh, it's their business. Interesting. Now it's their business. Because it was your business 5 seconds ago, but now it's not your business. Got it. I don't know what changed, but whatever.
Get the fuck out of it. Go take up lepidoptery.
Excuse me, what?
Go take up lepidoptery.
Hang on. Lepidoptery? I found Lepidoptera, which is an order of insects that includes butterflies and moths. Shit, you know what? I kind of do want to take this up now. Give me a second.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, I'm back. That shit's interesting, dude. Bugs are fucking cool. Blows my mind that it's 2021 and people are still grossed out by bugs. Like, I'm not saying you have to go make out with a bug, but, like, bugs are pretty cool. Like, I wouldn't make out with a snake, but snakes are pretty cool.
Go do some fly fishing or catch butterflies, or go out in your backyard and catch fireflies, you broke ass nigga.
I mean, regardless of money, those things are kind of fun. Those are really relaxing things to do in nature.
Because if I couldn't afford gaming, I would figure something else out. I don't expect Xbox or PlayStation to make gaming affordable for me.
And it's interesting that you say that because Microsoft reversed this decision after it became clear that a lot of people didn't want it. It's almost like consumer backlash can have a positive impact and make things more affordable and accessible for everybody. Who is hurt by that?
And when PlayStation made their game $70, I didn't see y'all pussy ass, fucking sideways ass, corny ass faggots bitching in.
I mean, I definitely saw that. If you don't think people were upset about the price increase on games, you have not been paying attention.
Right? But y'all bitching when Xbox was going to raise the price of Xbox Live.
Yes, because that is a more dramatic increase. $10 on top of $60. Like, obviously that's bad. But $60 on top of $60, that is tremendous. And again, going back to the whole goods and service versus paywall. A game is a thing that somebody makes and is selling you. Xbox Live is an unnecessary paywall.
Raise the price of Xbox Live to keep the infrastructure safe.
They're not keeping the infrastructure safe, bro. Xbox Live is going to get hacked this year, and I'm going to come back and laugh at this video.
So Xbox caved and kept the shit at a regular price. Well, they could do that. They a billion-dollar company, right? A multi-billion-dollar company. If it was me, I would have raised the price of Xbox Live, and if y'all left, fuck y'all. You broke-ass motherfuckers.
There's another 30 seconds left of this one. I'm just not going to finish it because I have something in the oven that's going to be done soon, and I got to wrap this up. Microsoft trying to double the price of Xbox Live was really fucking stupid, and I'm honestly not, not to call back to a meme, but I'm proud of this community. I am proud of this community. I truly am. Companies charging more money for things that you shouldn't have to pay for in the first place, that has nothing to do with how much money you have, whether you're broke or not. That has to do with companies taking advantage of you. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much money is that you have in your, disposable budget. None of that changes the fact that these companies want to take advantage of you. You may be able to afford $120 a year. That may not make a dent in your checkbook. If you still have a checkbook, those are kind of out of fashion now. But it doesn't change the fact that it's a completely arbitrary price that they were going to try and double. And yes, that was going to lock a lot of people out of the experience. I know people personally who stopped paying for Xbox Live Gold because they just don't have that kind of income. I'm in my early 20s, a lot of us don't have a lot of extra money to spare. Especially when that money is going towards something that's completely nonsensical, like Xbox Live Gold. Anyways, I'm going to go eat dinner. Feel free to subscribe or follow me on Twitter. And I don't really know how to finish this. I'm so bad at finishing videos, dude. I'm so bad at concluding my commentaries. I'm really, really bad at it. What if I just end the video?